2026 is shaping up to be one of the biggest construction years in modern U.S. history. More than $300 billion are being injected into infrastructure, energy, AI, and semiconductor expansion. America isn't just upgrading, it's rebuilding itself from the ground up. But the real question is this enough to lead the world again? Or is the U.S. still building from behind? We begin in Sherman, Texas, a quiet industrial town that is now home to one of the most strategically important factories in the country. Global Wafers is investing $7.5 billion to build the first 300mm silicon wafer manufacturing facility in the United States in over 20 years. This plant, covering 3.2 million square feet, officially opened in 2025 and currently represents the only advanced wafer manufacturing hub in the U.S. It was built with $400 million from the Federal CHIPS Act, instantly creating 1,200 construction jobs and supporting 750 permanent manufacturing positions, each averaging a $95,000 annual salary. But this facility isn't stopping at silicon alone. A major section of the campus is being converted to produce silicon carbide wafers, a next-generation material required for electric vehicle power systems, renewable grids, and high-performance energy technologies. From silicon, we move to AI. In Louisiana, Meta is building Hyperion, a $10 billion AI data center supercluster on 2,250 acres in Richland Parish. Designed to train Meta's next wave of open-source AI models, the facility launches with 2 gigawatts of computing power and could expand to 5, an energy appetite compared to millions of homes. To support it, Entergy Louisiana is adding 3 new combined cycle turbines, delivering 2,260 megawatts, plus 100 miles of 500 kilovolt transmission lines. Inside, tens of thousands of AI-focused servers packed with advanced GPUs and neural processors will train multiple AI models at once, each consuming more power than 100 homes per year. Just a year after breaking ground in 2024, Hyperion has already awarded $875 million in local contracts, created 3,700 construction jobs, and invested $300 million in roads, water, and community infrastructure. Before we continue, if you enjoy this video, drop a like and subscribe. More mega projects coming up. While Meta builds in the South, Amazon is making its biggest infrastructure bet yet in the Midwest. In late 2025, Amazon announced a $15 billion investment into data centers across northern Indiana, instantly marking the largest single construction project in the state's history. The new infrastructure will add 2.4 gigawatts of cloud computing capacity across multiple undisclosed sites in the Northwest region. But Amazon didn't take the traditional route of burdening the grid. It agreed to pay the full $1 billion cost of generating and transmitting the electricity needed to run these facilities, including new power plant construction and transmission lines, all without raising electricity rates for residents or local businesses. Analysts now project that Amazon's long-term electricity payments could reduce grid storm charges and infrastructure upgrade fees by 10%, potentially saving existing Indiana customers $650 million over 15 years. But the biggest project of them all isn't cloud or AI, it's chips, silicon, and independence. In Phoenix, Arizona, TSMC is investing $165 billion into a 1,100-acre site, the largest foreign direct investment in U.S. history. The campus includes 6 advanced fabs, 2 packaging facilities, and a 3,000-person R&D workforce at full scale. TSMC is the world's biggest dedicated chip maker, producing the most advanced semiconductors for phones, AI hardware, aerospace, defense, robotics, and future computing. The first Arizona fab hit mass production in 2024 using the N4 process, a historic moment for U.S. chip manufacturing. The second fab finished in 2025 and is ahead of schedule, with equipment installation starting in summer 2026. By 2027, it will produce 3-nanometer chips, smaller than a virus particle. The roadmap pushes even further, with the third fab breaking ground in 2025, targeting 2-nanometer and 1.6-nanometer production by decade's end. The first 3 fabs are projected to generate $1.4 billion in tax revenue over 13 years, $9.3 billion in personal income, and $32.9 billion in economic output. Most importantly, it strengthens U.S. supply chains, national security, and AI autonomy. Staying in Arizona, but shifting from chips to energy storage, LG Energy Solution is constructing a $5.5 billion dual battery manufacturing complex in Queen Creek. This project includes 2 advanced facilities on one campus. The first will manufacture 46 series cylindrical batteries designed for electric vehicles, a new 46mm diameter format packing 5 times more energy than previous battery generations while improving range, thermal stability, and cost efficiency. The second facility will produce lithium iron phosphate pouch-type batteries engineered for energy storage systems, massive grid-scale battery arrays that store electricity from solar panels and wind turbines, releasing it when renewable generation drops or demand peaks. Construction started in 2023, with the cylindrical EV battery facility expected to finish in late 2025, followed by the energy storage plant completing in 2026. Together, the complex will deliver 53 gigawatt-hours of battery production annually, enough to power millions of electric vehicles or stabilize energy for entire metro grids. From energy, we move to motion. Brightline West is building a $21 billion fully electric high-speed rail system linking Las Vegas to Southern California, turning a 218-mile, 4-hour traffic slog into a 2-hour train ride. The route will include 4 major stations, a flagship terminal in Las Vegas, stops in Apple Valley and Hesperia, and a final hub in Rancho Cucamonga, where riders can connect directly into the Metrolink network for fast transfers to downtown LA. Nearly 50 million trips happen yearly between LA and Vegas, 85% by car. Brightline plans to capture 20% of that market by 2035, potentially taking 3 million cars a year off Interstate 15. To support the build, PCM Rail One opened a $20 million concrete tie facility in North Las Vegas to supply the corridor with durable rail foundations. The project will create 35,000 jobs at peak construction and maintain 1,000 permanent roles once operational. Service is expected to launch in 2029, backed by $3 billion in federal funding, with the rest financed through private investment and bonds. Now, keeping with rail infrastructure but shifting to the East Coast, Maryland is replacing a 150-year-old disaster point in America's rail network. The Baltimore and Potomac Tunnel, opened in 1873, is the oldest active tunnel in the Amtrak system, forcing trains to crawl at 30 miles per hour due to extreme curves and outdated structure. The Frederick Douglass Tunnel program is a $5.9 billion reconstruction spanning 10 miles of the Northeast Corridor. Construction begins in 2026 and will introduce 2 new 2-mile electrified tunnel tubes engineered for 100-mile-per-hour train travel, along with a rebuilt, fully accessible West Baltimore MARC station, replacement of 3 railway underpasses, and reconstruction of 2 critical bridges. When completed in 2035, this will be the first passenger rail tunnel added to the Northeast Corridor since 1986, and the first in Maryland since 1934. The tunnel will also include modern fire safety, ventilation, signaling, and life preservation infrastructure to support increased rail frequency and safety compliance. Funding comes from federal infrastructure partnerships, Maryland state financing, and Amtrak internal revenue. Finally, from digital intelligence, silicon dominance, and rail reinvention, we reach the project that powers all the others. In Rowan County, Tennessee, the Tennessee Valley Authority is converting the 70-year-old Kingston coal plant, infamous for the 2008 coal ash spill that released 1.1 billion gallons of toxic sludge across 300 acres, into the new Kingston Energy Complex, a 1,550-megawatt hybrid power facility integrating natural gas turbines, flex fuel rapid balancing units, battery storage, and solar supplementation. The new system is designed to generate enough electricity to power 900,000 homes. The natural gas turbines are scheduled to launch in 2027, followed by battery storage systems coming online by 2029. This project symbolizes America's transition from coal vulnerability to energy flexibility, cleaner grid stabilization, and rapid response power infrastructure. So there you have it. The boom is real. But here's what matters. Will it actually change anything?